cost when you hire Hamilton. Together, we help you focus on what really matters. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next opportunity? Nebco is hiring. They're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. They offer competitive wages, great benefits, service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Apply today at nebco.com. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for the Nebco shop. Learn more at nebco.com. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at nebco.com.
At Allo, we go beyond internet, bringing you faster speeds backed by an all-fiber network. We go beyond TV and phone service, delivering reliable, crystal clear connections. We go beyond customer service with local teammates and no robots for a hassle-free experience. We go beyond value, offering transparent prices with no contracts, hidden fees, or data caps. We even go beyond our office doors by working, hiring, volunteering, and living in the communities we serve. Go beyond fiber. Sign up today at allofiber.com.
Out for Markonitis with an opening. Here he comes, Markonitis. He scores! The 2025 Clark Cup playoffs are here. Join us at the Icebox for all the excitement as the Stars try to bring home their third Clark Cup. Head to USHL.com for a look at the playoff picture and upcoming games. Purchase your tickets for home playoff games now at LincolnStars.com or by calling the box office at 402-474-7827.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with pay starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Biggest question people have is, how do I start the process? What is the process? I want to build a new home, but I don't know what the first step is.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
The first step is make an appointment. Come on into my office. Let's sit around the table. Let's talk about what you're looking for, what your needs are, what your budget might be. And let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. And get a house that you're going to be happy with. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done. Once you find a good lot, let's get it reserved, because there's a very limited number of lots in this town. And then start designing that floor plan that's going to be perfect for you. Next thing you know, we're moving dirt.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Coming at you live from the 93.7 The Ticket studio in the heart of Lincoln, America. Youth Football 101. Get a peek into the world of youth football in the state of Nebraska with Tank Perry of the Nebraska Red Wolves 7-on-7 Youth Football. This is Youth Football 101 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What's going on? How we doing out there in Lincoln and Nebraska? Hey, we're here with All Things Youth Football 101. I'm Tank Perry. I'm your man. Today we got some special guests here today. We have Kwame Gyamfi.
Yes, sir.
Going to
Yes,
join
sir.
us today. We're going to talk a little bit about 505 and women's football and what LYF's doing with that. And a little special guest that we have here today is my youngest grandson, Zane. What's up, Zane?
Hi.
How you doing? Zane is a little flex football player, right, Zane? How long you been playing flex football? Is it 3 years now?
2.
2 years. And then you like BMX, right?
Right.
Pretty good BMX rider?
Yeah.
You falling down a lot?
Yeah.
Not too much?
That's
How
all
you
right,
doing?
though.
You like it?
Yeah.
All right, good. All right, so we got that handled. The man on the board, we appreciate you being here.
Of course.
Good. And so we want to give a real quick shout out for Sauter Heyman, who's handling the tech line. And the number for that is?
Yeah, it's 402-464-5685. That's our Sauter Heyman text line.
Yeah, so you got some questions or something like that. Make sure that you text them in. We'll get those answered. If not today, we'll make sure that we answer them. Shout out to my man, Jim Salmon, president of LYF, and Mike Salvage, the commissioner of LYF. They're out of the office today. I'm sure it's a beautiful day wherever they're at. I know one's soccer, one's softball. And so just shout out to them. Edward Stone, we want to make sure that we appreciate their sponsorship. And then the Chronicles, the Character Chronicles, that really is really behind Lincoln Youth Football. They've got a camp coming up as well. So with that, we'll get cranking today. Today we want to talk about and celebrate. And I know a lot of the parents are outside. We had some lined up, but we want to celebrate and thank the mothers and fathers and the single mothers and single fathers and the parents that have to get kids back and forth to football. And the larger the family, the more complex it becomes, right? And we want to talk about that a little bit. I myself spent 14 years as a single parent. A lot of you guys don't know that. So it was tumultuous at sometimes getting back and forth to get the kids where they need to be. And I was in Texas at the time before I came here 20 years ago. So know what that feels like. We just want to celebrate you guys and thank you guys. Kwame, what do you think about how difficult it is for parents, right, to get their kids back and forth?
You know, it's interesting because the first thing that pops in my mind is it's always going to be moms.
Yes.
And the primary reason is dads are off working. So moms are responsible for, number one, motivating that athlete to get up, to go to practice. Then mom has to make sure they have all their equipment. So mom is an equipment manager as well.
Yep.
Then she has to make sure they have their water or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So now she's also doing, some training stuff as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then she drops them off and she makes their, and then they also do preparations for games and make sure everything's clean. And if it's like my family, my son will say the day before he needs something.
Right. Yeah.
So my wife is scrambling to find whatever he needs. And so I think they have the biggest challenge is them. So I appreciate everything that they do. They work multiple jobs to get a kid ready. And then when you have multiple ones, like you said,
they do.
That's crazy.
And not only that, some of them actually work.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So a lot of women nowadays, I mean, the economy is what it is. Right.
Yeah.
And so now both parents are working and many mothers still assume that responsibility.
That's right.
A lot of times the dads were like, right. But,
Yeah,
they're just getting it done and keeping it organized.
Look, a couple of times I had to get them ready. I'm scrambling. I'm like, I don't know. Hey man, where your pads at? What's going? What are we doing?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I didn't know what I was doing. So.
The dads be like, "Hey, it's your fault you forgot your
Exactly.
pads.
Exactly.
It's your fault you." And the kids are like, "If mom was here, none of this would be happening. If
It's
mom
true.
was here, we'd be eating breakfast, right?
It's true.
Dads be at McDonald's. Here you go, right? So we just want to continue to celebrate moms through this course and single parents that are getting these kids through. I know for a fact, like I can only draw from some of the many volunteers that I have, and I have a ton of volunteers across all of my platforms. And, I'm talking about Ashley Phelps, who's been with me for 4 or 5 years, watching her as a single parent, co-parent, getting Braden back and forth. I mean, it is constant, nonstop for her.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Go for it.
So for those parents that are just getting started right? They
Yes.
have a kid that's just getting into. What is your advice for those parents that are just starting their kids in athletics?
Well, the key, I think, for those parents is really it's one day at a time, right? So you might not be able to do what the mom who's been doing it for 5 years is doing. But I think for mom, I think the most important thing is one day at a time, that organization. But most people nowadays are super organized, especially in this era that we lived in. They've seen their moms, they've seen their dads do it in the past. Maybe they're new to it, but they have networks. And so one of the things that I encourage all people that are doing this is to be able to network, to share rides, right, with other parents. And if you're doing it by yourself, to make sure that, especially dinner, because it's always in the evenings, right? A lot of times it's really rough. You know, what is it that you're doing in the evenings? How organized are you? You know, because a lot of times these practices are starting at 4:30 and 5, which is just almost unholy.
That's a scramble.
It's a scramble. They're just getting out of school. They still want them to be successful with their schoolwork, and all of a sudden they're running them to practice. And depending on the practice, how much, you know, equipment is required and needed, makes you have to have more time. If it's football, they got to put on pads and the whole 9 yards. So I did, for me, when I was a single parent, I did a lot of crock potting. I mean, I did, you know, I would
Let the
come,
meal simmer.
oh man, bro, I'd come home around lunchtime and I'd hit the crock pot, have everything pre-seasoned, pop it on, you know, run back to the job, whatever the case may be. And so usually it was on high for like the 5 hours. And then all of a sudden when I get home, we can eat a little taste first, maybe not a full deal, and be ready to go. Or I would pre-make the food like on the weekends. I did a lot of pre-making, and I still do that for myself now. Because of my shift and my schedules were so busy juggling all the companies plus my personal life. And so I would do I would pre-make meals on Sundays for the kids as far as that's concerned. And then the key, you know, for parents, you know, I think a lot of parents are probably nowadays even more advanced now than I was 100 million years ago. But a lot of it is like, you know, these kids need carbs. I mean, carbs is burning, you know, you burn that energy with carbs. If you put too much protein on a kid before practice, it really is tough on them, you know. And the other thing, you know, I always teach my program, my kids, what you don't want to do is you don't want to have a lot of ho-hos and Twinkies, right? Stuff that's really hard to go down. Full meals. You know, you can always tell those kids that have sweets.
That's poor nutrition.
Oh man, you know, and I have nothing to criticize. I mean, some kids can handle that, and some parents, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, you really want to give quick carbs that will transfer really quick to energy. As far as that's concerned, you know, light pastas are really good. As far as that, really stay away from the heavy proteins or stuff that's tough to digest because they're running around for an hour and a half.
They can do that afterwards.
They can do that after because you do need, I mean, the key is protein within 30 minutes after any workout is really good because in those muscles that are torn and that are worn down, you're able to put them back together.
That's right.
You know, and then obviously lots of H2O. I mean, I wouldn't put a bunch of H2O in a kid, you know, right before he goes to practice because that water sloshing around, and it's a very uncomfortable feeling. So it's more sips than anything, but making sure they have water so they can do the water break.
I think the hydration program. So you start your kid drinking water, not the day of, the day before.
That is correct.
That needs to be a continuous. And this is specifically for those new parents out there.
Yeah.
You know, you think your kid is drinking water. They're not drinking enough. So you have to make sure that they're getting the amount of water they need before practice, and then get you some of those Pedialytes or whatever it is to try to replenish things afterwards, because that's really where the problems come in practice, where they have hard times at practice. They're not properly hydrated.
Well, you know, the thing for me is like I came from the Texas market, you know, 20 years ago, and I set probably the first 5 years I was here, I watched a lot of high school games just to keep up with football before I kind of fell off for a little while. And one of the things that I noticed is like a bunch of kids were on the field.
Cramping. Oh yeah.
You know, so I knew immediately I knew that, you know, from coming from Texas, which was a hotter, more humid climate, that they just weren't hydrated. And so I'm sure that's changed now. I don't see it as regularly when I get out to the high school games anymore. So I'm sure coaches and programs, I think that's important. I think that new parents also don't hesitate to talk to, because usually every team has a team mom. I know that every program that I've talked to, from Allo to Manzito, to Neiman's to police. I mean, all of those programs, you can tell that the coaches and the moms that are there really care. They talk about nutrition and they're there to help.
Yeah, they give them like popsicles and all that stuff.
Popsicles, yeah. I know that that even some of them feed the kids on Saturdays as well to make sure. I think that they're identifying on kids that aren't getting the proper nutrition and be able to help those kids as well. So if you're a new parent, don't hesitate to get in where you fit in and just simply ask questions. It's so important. I mean, we applaud you. We need you, because you're really
don't be a helicopter. Don't be a helicopter mama, though.
No, okay. So now what's a helicopter mama?
Man, you already know what I'm talking about.
I know, right?
Listen. One of what used to crack me up the most is how close parents ended up getting to the field. And I used to want to explain to them, it's like, I know you want to talk to your kid but,
encourage them. Right?
Yeah, but you got to let them lock in. You know what I mean? You got to kind of let them. This is them, and so don't get yourself caught up in hovering all of
It's tough.
It is. I know it is.
And I'm always the compassionate one, even though I'm the first person that will talk to parents. But yeah, as a new parent, you'll watch most of the parents because there's still some folks that's been out there for a while.
Yeah.
Everybody wants their kid day one to go to the NFL, right? Everybody wants their kid day one to go to D1 college.
That's
and
right. Yeah.
Little Johnny. I'm always reminded about that commercial. I can't remember what kind of commercial it is because the context is crazy. But there's a commercial where the kid is bouncing a basketball and the ball kind of falls off the hoop and the mom's laying on the back of the truck and says, "That kid right there, he's going to the NBA." And somebody just politely passes the ball and hits the kid right in the face, right? So I didn't think it was the insurance commercial. So anyway, yeah. So we all want our kids to do well. I think it's really important, and I think it's a really good point that you're touching on because I think you really have to be careful. Like coaches will tell kids one thing in practice.
Yep.
And then parents trying to help, right? Will tell the kid the total opposite.
Yeah.
And it's really confusing, even though you're trying to help.
I always tell those parents, you can always come coach.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, literally. So the time that you're spending at practice, standing there watching, you could be out here with a whistle. So you could be saying the same thing to your kid as we are.
I'm a huge component of parents coaching and learning to coach the right way.
That's right.
I think that's super important. You can't get enough of that. I have a heavy coaching presence from my team, from coaches. I also bring coaches that have played the game before, but I do want parents to know what it's like. And I want them to really learn the right way to be able to set that curriculum and what it takes to find neutrality when you're raising a team, because that's what a team really is. A team is not full of me's, or I's, it's full of us's. You let those kids get that camaraderie. I think it's really important.
That D lineman from Colorado, he was talking, he had a quote.
Okay.
He was talking about how right now in college football, it's all I.
Yes.
It's all eyes.
It's a lot of eyes now.
So you can't build a brotherhood.
Right. It's hard.
It's almost impossible.
Yep.
You get a whole new squad.
Yep. It's changing.
But in youth football, you can build a brotherhood.
You can build a
because you're going to be with these kids, you know what I mean, all the way through.
Oh, yeah. We have kids right now. It's just crazy. This is my third year. So this is the third year of the kids that we brought in.
And they've been playing together for a minute.
You can see the difference, whether it's this or whether it's 707, whether they call each other. They have a lot of chat lines. And that's another thing to the moms whose kids have phones, that a lot of the kids be aware that they are chatting.
Yes.
A lot of these kids are chatting both athletically and they have personal chats as well. And so you want to monitor those.
Yeah, they chirp the competition nowadays.
They do. They do. So I think it's good. So, yeah, I just want to start this show off. I wish I had more moms here. We're going to try next week. It's a beautiful weekend out there. There's a lot of things going on. Soccer's outside right now. We've got 707, a huge tournament that Nebraska 707 football, which myself and my son Rob are doing. We have like 6 teams in Omaha. Track meets are going on right now. So a lot of people are outside, which is really good. We know that there was a concert last night, so a lot of people are still asleep.
What concert last night?
I think Soulja Boy was here last night at
the rapper Soulja Boy.
The rapper Soulja Boy, yeah, he was here at
hold up,
yeah, at the Royal Grove. So I know a lot of people. People were everywhere.
Throwback. That's a throwback and a throwback.
But they went. I mean, they, I know people personally
It was a good show?
that went. I don't know. I didn't go.
Oh, okay.
And it wasn't, my security team didn't handle that one. They
Oh,
have
okay.
their own.
They had,
So
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
it
The Grove
was
has
good,
one,
but
yeah.
my guys were really busy too last night as a result of when it ended. So
Oh, they had
yeah.
a little after party action?
yeah, everything was everywhere. So it was really good. So, moms, thank you for what you're doing. Dads,
Yes.
if you're a single father, if
Yes.
you're taking the lead, Dad, thank you for what you're doing.
Mhm.
But this part of the show is really dedicated to make sure that those women that hear this show now or hear it later knows that you are the reason for the season, right? You're the reason that these kids in LYF Lincoln football is able to do what they're doing, because without you, I can tell you, it just wouldn't be what it is. I mean, it just wouldn't be the special.
Every player gets on the mic in the pros.
Yes.
They thank their mama first.
Thank their mama.
And then they tell them, I'm buying my mama a house.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I mean?
And I always end everything that I do making sure that the kids are thanking their parents and
That's
thanking
right.
their mothers, because that's time that they could be doing something else, but they're investing in you, because there's plenty of parents that don't invest in their kids when it comes to youth football and other sports. But it's really good to see so many parents in Lincoln that are just flat out active with their parents. I mean, my daughter, God bless her, Jade, his mom, she has 4 kids, and she is carrying the baby in a sling, right?
Right.
And she's got the other ones going, and she's got 3 different activities almost every
Multitasking.
evening, and she's still getting, and she works. I mean, so at the end of the day, it gets done, and her husband's busy all the time as well. I know that Nicole Sober, she's one of the bank tellers, and she's one of our volunteers, right? And she is always, she's got 4, and she's always active as well in doing things she does. The list goes on and on and on from the women that are doing things,
Say thank you to your
and
mom.
making sure. So yeah. That's the
players
theme
need to
right
say
now.
thank you to your
moms,
moms.
right?
Yes.
And moms, if they're not saying thank you, tell them Tank said, you need to thank me for making sure that you get to practice on time and that I'm supporting
Right.
you and making sure all your equipment's there. Because usually when they
Right.
get there, if they're with dad, they left something.
Oh, mouthpiece, something.
Yeah.
Water bottle, something.
If they're with mom, they got it all.
Everything. Check.
They got it all. Check. With dad, they be forgetting stuff like, and the dad be like, "Oh, you left it."
I used to tell her, you better know where your stuff is. It's not my job.
It's easier. Moms are like instinctively, intuitively, let's do it.
Yep.
So listen, want to thank you before we go to commercial. Again, the top of the hour is about moms, about parents who are getting their kids to football. Some of you have multiple kids, multitasking, and other events as well.
Take a deep breath.
And so, take a deep breath, relax. We just want you to know that we appreciate you
Much appreciated.
and everything that you do. And then we're also going to eventually have some segments that are talking about this with some of the moms that have been doing it for some years as well. So thank you so much. When we come back, we're going to get into Paramount training. We're also going to get into
Some flag football.
707. We're going to get into Kwame while you're here.
Yeah.
A bunch of flag football, young ladies, women playing. What's happening around the city is super exciting. So we'll touch on that as well. We'll come back with my man, Zane. Zane, you want to take us out?
Yeah.
Say good to have you. We'll see you next time.
Good to have you. See you next time.
There we go. Thank you so much.
Keep summer green with Judson Baleen and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install them and forget them outfit, long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Hey, it's Chad with Nutrition Authority inviting you to stop in and check out the #1 selling complete post-workout product, CPR. CPR is ideal for anyone who works out, exercises, or competes and wants to maximize results. CPR can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in today, try a free sample, or visit us at mynutritionauthority.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Thanks for letting me stay over while my apartment's getting painted.
No problem. Oh, bagels are done.
Is it supposed to rain today?
Let's find out.
Hey, an entire video screen just came out of your toaster.
There's a 70% chance of rain today.
More things should be built in, like the multiplier in Mega Millions from your Nebraska Lottery. It's one of the new enhancements to the game, along with bigger jackpots and better odds.
Should I wear the blue or the green blouse?
Blue. It matches your eyes.
$5 Mega Millions top prize odds, 1 in 290 million.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
At Allo, we go beyond internet, bringing you faster speeds backed by an all-fiber network. We go beyond TV and phone service, delivering reliable, crystal clear connections. We go beyond customer service with local teammates and no robots for a hassle-free experience. We go beyond value, offering transparent prices with no contracts, hidden fees, or data caps. We even go beyond our office doors by working, hiring, volunteering, and living in the communities we serve. Go beyond fiber. Sign up today at allofiber.com.
Buckle up and hang on. This is going to be a good one.
The fans of Kansas Speedway know how to have a good time. One that celebrates fantastic finishes.
Cars together. So close.
And family-friendly facilities. Trading paint.
We got feuding.
And tailgating tradition. Burnouts. Beer. And barbecue. Oh, it'll for sure be a good time. And you are all invited. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 9th through the 11th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Picture this. You're in the doghouse and flowers just won't cut it this time. Enter jewelry, the ultimate peace offering. It's a gesture that speaks volumes, showing her you're willing to go the extra mile to make things right. So next time you're in the doghouse, remember, diamonds are a guy's best friend too. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Outside is where winter adventure unfolds. On frozen lakes, icy landscapes, and snow-covered slopes, feeling the cold air rush by as you race downhill. The freedom of gliding with ease and the warmth of being together. From epic sled rides to the fun of ice fishing, it's all right here beneath Nebraska skies. Start your winter adventure at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Associations and this station.
LES wants your feedback. Help shape your electric utility's direction and priorities by taking an anonymous online survey. Make your voice heard before the survey closes on April 30th at les.com/survey.
Back to Youth Football 101 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, now. I feel like dancing a little bit.
That's kind of funky right there. That's kind of
a funky sound, right? But hey, welcome back, All Things Football 101 for the youth of Lincoln, Nebraska. We're gonna. You know what? I wonder, can we call Jim and bring him in on this? Is that even possible?
We can. That's potentially possible.
You have his number. I'm gonna give you if you don't.
Yeah, if you give me his number, I can go get it.
Because I know Jim has
what are you
a lot
doing,
to
Sam,
say
man? What are you doing?
About what's going on. So let me see. Let me look for Jim's number.
I don't know. He might be busy today.
He's Jim is always brother.
We were on TV yesterday.
310. Yeah, you guys didn't even call me. I shouldn't even call Jim since you didn't call me for TV. I shouldn't call you for radio, Jim, because you didn't think about me. I saw it at the after fact. You know what? We ain't calling Jim. Jim didn't call me about TV. Jim, we're not calling you, man.
Oh my
You
goodness.
forgot about me yesterday on radio, on TV. No, I'm gonna give it to you. Right there. So anyway, Kwame, some really cool things are happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not only is football blossoming and blooming, and tons of different organizations are starting to really train these kids, and there's some really good training going on out there. And we're really super excited about, potentially what's going to be the end result. So let's talk about what's going on with 5-on-5
Girls flag.
girls flag football. And we're running that from 3rd grade through high school, right?
Yeah. So to give you the background on it, a year ago, I started thinking about adding programming. I run CLCs, so Community Learning Center.
Yes.
And that's an after-school program for students. And I'm at Northeast. At the time, I was at Northeast and Lincoln High, running both of them. And I was looking for additional programs. So I'm always looking for ways to connect students to the building and student groups that normally wouldn't be connected to the building. So I was paying attention to what was going on in Florida, and they have girls high school flag football going on down there. So reached out to some people, said, hey, I want to try to get this going. And it started out as a camp. That's what I developed as a camp for the girls, and it's free camp. That's coming up April 27th. That is a Sunday. And it's going to be from 3 to 5 p.m. at Lincoln High School Beechner Field. That's at all ages.
Okay, so April 27th, 3 to 5 p.m. I know I'm going to be there coaching. I was there the first one.
Yeah.
And that's for ages.
So that's 3rd grade
through
12th grade.
Through 12th grade.
So currently I have 116 girls signed up for it.
Yes.
So there's no.
That's still not enough.
No, it's not enough. There is no cap. So we want as many girls to come as possible. We have some pretty good sponsors. We got Paramount as a sponsor.
Yes.
Huddle is a sponsor. Lincoln Youth Football. We have, so we're excited. There's a couple other sponsors I can't announce yet until they send me back my.
Yeah.
But we are excited about it. It was interesting when we did a preliminary camp about a month ago. The weather was making it difficult, but we still had about 23 girls show up. It was still fun.
It was older girls.
But we learned. I'm learning this is all new. Yeah. All of this is new to Lincoln. So everything we do is a learning experience. Yeah. So at that camp, only 2 of the girls had football cleats. And that was, just something I thought. I was like, well, it's possible. These are girls that aren't playing soccer. They're not running track. So this is a new demographic that we're touching.
And they were aggressive.
And they were aggressive. They were excited.
Yes.
They wanted to learn.
Yes.
So I cannot wait to see once everybody gets bought in on. So, the 27th, the mayor's coming.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about the mayor.
Yes. So she caught wind of it.
Before that, I was able to get Jim on the line. So I was able to get him.
He's on the line.
Let's bring Jim in.
There he is. He's on the line.
He should be on the line. Hey, Jim, I just want you to know, I don't really want to bring you in because you did the TV yesterday and didn't even invite me. So I'm not sure why I'm inviting you here. If you don't do that again, don't forget about me for the big stuff. And then me have you on this little old radio show.
Oh, I think the radio show is more important than Channel 8 is, buddy.
Well, I'll take both like you. What's going on? Hey, we have Jim Sandman. He's not only my good friend of mine, but he's the president of Lincoln Youth Football. He's been my mentor in learning what it takes to do my job the last couple of years. And then he also is the athletic director for Allo. So he does a lot of really cool stuff in the community, and he is part of Lincoln Public School System. So Jim is just hardworking all of the time, and we're so impressed to have him. So Jim, let's while we got you, let's talk about Kwame kind of got it going, but let's talk about the 505 and the girls flag football. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me, guys. It's good to hear you. If it gets a little loud out here, I'm working the Seacrest this morning, so we got a couple games going on right now. I want to start with a little PSA. If you are watching a sporting event at Seacrest Field or at Den Hartog, please remember that everything you say is heard by everybody on the field. been a little rowdy. Coach Kwame was talking earlier about helicopter parents. I'm worried that some of them are starting to turn into bulldozer parents.
Oh
no. We're holding it down out here, but man, what a beautiful day for sports, huh?
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Hopefully we can continue this for a week from tomorrow. So yeah.
Right.
What did you cover already, Kwame? We got a little cut off while we were switching back and forth.
No, that's good. I just was talking about how I thought about flag football a year ago. Then I reached out to you here. Me and you had a conversation earlier this year about it, and you were telling me how Lincoln Youth Football was developing a girls flag football program. And I said, well, let's partner up. I'll do the camp at the high school, and then we'll get the girls signed up from the camp for the summer program.
Yeah, it's weird how fate works, huh?
It is.
Just jump right into it. Yeah, so like you said, we were trying as a board of directors for the longest time. We talked last year about the gold standard with USA Football, and one of the requirements for that is to include flag football for girls also. So as a board, which all of us know, it takes a while to get some things done as the board because we have so many different factors to consider. But we were literally getting ready to put out the post about how we were going to have flag football league this year. And then, like you said, it hasn't been mentioned. It wasn't mentioned yesterday, Kwame, that you actually were my director of coaching at Allo for quite a while.
That's true.
Quite a few years.
Yep.
So we had that kind of relationship. But yeah, it worked great for you to call and say you were doing the high school side and wanting to throw a camp and get a small league going for the high school girls. And we happen to be going 3rd grade through 12th grade. So just fate that it worked right. All the stars aligned. And so it's great to be able to do it. So camp starts, our rescheduled camp, right? Is a week from tomorrow. Goes from 3 to 5. Big news. I don't know if you covered it already or not, but a week from Sunday is actually going to be proclaimed as Girls Flag Football Day in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yeah. How did that come about?
Honestly, it was strictly from those of us that were there at the first camp, from our social media posts. We're lucky enough that Corey Raymond, who's my assistant AD now, he started sharing a lot of our posts and talking about how great it was. And he works for the federal government, and so he has a lot of friends in the government. We had Justin Carlson, who's a city council member, is one of my dads at Allo, so he sees the posts, and they came up with the idea to reach out to the mayor's office and see if they would be interested, and they jumped right on it. So strictly from, word of mouth and social media, we're getting the attention that we feel girls flag football in Lincoln deserves. So, it's an exciting time.
Very good.
It is exciting. Anytime that we can continue increasing across all platforms. And then there's this intersection, right, of women's sports, Title IX, the importance of upholding that, because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that in today's modern society that we are advancing women in sports. It's just absolutely monumental, and it's paramount, to coin a phrase, but it is super important that we are able to demonstrate that as leaders. And not only that, we need to make sure that women are on the board, for LYF, and that are in the boardrooms and the decision making as we're moving forward, because some of these young ladies want to be able to take the time to play the sport. And there's a lot of women that are like, man, I wish that I could have been doing this. That were phenomenal.
I hear that all the time. I hear it all the time.
I hear it all the time. I hear about men talking about they wish the type of training we're all doing now and the facilities that we have open, that they had those when they were younger. And these are people that have gone to the pros, that have gone to college, that didn't have the fundamentals when they hit there. And so,
hey, real quick before I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I just want to say this piece. So these programs, what we're doing is really has to do with the CLCs, community learning centers.
Correct.
So the CLCs are federally funded. So it's important for people to realize that some of these programs that we're doing we would not be able to do without the support of federal funding.
That's correct.
I just wanted to make sure to get that out there. So,
and that's critical, because there is some misnomer, and we need to do a show on this, because there's some misnomer out there in Lincoln about the difference between CLC and other activities and so on and so forth. And I want to make sure that the community is very clear on that.
Yeah.
So I think we need to take a segment or a half of a show and really touch base on that and get the right people in here, because sometimes, the perception is not exactly what it is. And so it's good in what we're doing, but people nowadays need more information. They need to understand why these programs are important.
Super
to the
important
things that we do.
Well, you connect the student with the building. So over the summertime, these girls will be playing flag football. They'll also be able to practice at the school. That means that they can come and have a meal at the school, because the COC at Northeast will be open all summer.
Okay.
So you can get a meal at the school. You can get some AC if you need, a safe space. Be around your friends. There's just too many positives. And we already know statistically that students that are involved in extracurricular activities, higher graduation rates, less problems with discipline. So super important. And all kids.
I'm from Texas, right? I'm from the larger cities in Texas, and I can tell you, if you don't claim the children, the streets will.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And
exactly.
Yeah, without the parent even knowing.
Yeah.
But
summer's risky too.
It's risky.
Yeah.
Because parents are still working. Parents don't. It's not like when I was young. I mean, my dad had 30 days of vacation in the military when I was a kid. My mom, planned vacations in the summer, yada, yada, yada. And now it's a lot more difficult. Planned activities that cost more money. And some of these kids are sitting there right at home. And of course, now we have social media, we have the worldwide web now. And so on and so forth is there. Hey, Jim.
Yes, sir.
Hey, did you want to add anything else?
No, I just come out and have fun. You guys are doing a great job without me. Appreciate.
Well, we miss you
guys holding down the fort. Well, I miss you guys too.
Yeah. So those of you who don't know, Jim did such a good job last year when we opened the show that I really wanted him to co-host the show. So Jim is one of the hosts for All Things Youth Football 101. And so I want to make that clear. It's no longer just Tank Perry. I think it takes the community to do these type of things, and Jim is a wealth of knowledge, and his reach is far and wide. And so he's really helped me be able to relax on this show, where last year I was just flying around. So we really thank you. And we miss you just a little bit. I'm still pissed off now. Don't get me wrong.
Well,
I wasn't on the TV. That was a quick call. Hey,
Tank, you have to get over that.
I can't get over it. It's too soon. It just happened.
Now listen, Tank. You know that you're the face of LYF. I would much have preferred the other day, if you noticed how antsy I was, for you to have been on there with Tommy and Mike instead of me.
Y'all are in trouble. If I'm the face of LYF, y'all are definitely in trouble. I feel terrible for you guys. You need a new face. Absolutely.
No, we're doing just fine.
Well, Jim, I really appreciate you taking the time to be here. I know we're going to get close to wrapping this up, but stay online, please, because if there's something you want to jump in there and add, just scream at us. How much time we got left?
You guys got like 2 minutes.
Okay, so we're good. So yeah, so
one more time.
Well, I'm going to change the song. Listen to Kwame. He's going to talk about some things real quick. Go ahead.
So just want to remind people, this is a free camp. It is April 27th. That is a Sunday, a week from Sunday. Okay, come out to Beechner Field from 3 to 5. If you have football cleats, good. If you don't, it doesn't matter. Come out, get your kids some skills and some flag football. This is an all-city girls flag. Now, I will say this. There are schools that have teams already signed up.
Stop there. Break this down a little bit about the camp. So what will we be doing out there so the parents will know what to expect?
So that first hour, there's going to be the proclamation from the mayor. That's about 3:30. She's going to get on the mic and do that. And then after that, we're going to have offense. We'll do some indie work. And then
indie work. They don't understand what's indie work.
I'm sorry. We'll get some individual player development work in, and then if we have enough time, we'll match some kids up and play a little scrimmage, some little, get everybody a chance to try to catch some football, score some points.
There you go. So again,
and the whole reason. Sorry to butt in.
No, please jump in there.
The whole reason why the camp works so great with what LYF is doing is our league starts on the 13th of May. Practices start, then the games start on the 27th. So having this camp to start developing teams and get the teams in, especially in the high schools that don't have these sports. I mean, let's be honest, girls flag football isn't an NSAA qualified sport.
Not yet. Oh no, did we lose?
Like Kwame said, there's multiple schools that already have teams formed. So we're just trying to get these these athletes out to see who from their school's there so they can start forming teams and join in on the league with us.
That's right.
Well, listen, as we close up, I just want to, again, go over April 27th. Bring your young women, your young ladies out to Beechler, which is Lincoln High School field. Bring them out 3 to 5. Mayor's going to be there as well. But really the focus is the kids.
Yeah.
All things Youth Football 101. And I'll be out there. Kwame will be out there. Jim will be out there. Other coaches will be out there as well.
See,
go ahead.
Let's do that, Tank. For me making up with the making as an amends to you with Channel 8, why don't you take care of the mayor and the city council, and I can just go coach.
Look at you know what? I'm feeling better, Jim. I'm feeling better. I might have to buy you a sandwich, right? That might be a sandwich. A setup there.
Both you guys know how I feel when I want to be coaching instead of
you know I'm the same way. You look up and I'll be over there coaching and running my mouth with the kids. No, we really appreciate that. But we're going to sign out now. Kwame, you got something you want to add real quick?
No, I just appreciate being on the show. Thank you, Tank, for having me. 93.7 is getting it done. Appreciate y'all.
My man, my partner in crime today, who's running up and down the highway with me because I'm heading back to Omaha to the tournament that we're putting on that's got 60 teams in it. Zane, you want to say something? You want to say goodbye? Thanks for being here. What do you want to say?
Good night, Lincoln.
All right. He said good night, Lincoln. All right. Good. And I'm Tank Perry. Hey, Jim, you got something?
Let's get it. Let's have fun.
Let's get it, he says. All right, I'm Tank Perry. Listen, I'm bringing all things youth football to Lincoln, Nebraska. I'm trying to bring the community together to make sure that we're all on the same page and that the information is out there and that we clearly understand what Lincoln Youth Football is. We clearly understand what the platform is and the foundation is for getting better young athletes for Lincoln. Right now in Omaha, we got 60 teams for a one-day tournament that myself and Coach Rob Perry, my son, put together with Lincoln Nebraska 707 football, where we've stirred up that landscape where it's huge now and it's still getting bigger. And so if you have some time to get up to Omaha today to Papillion Landing, right, 1046 West Lincoln, to see some amazing football. We're out there until 9 o'clock tonight. I want to thank my man on the board, as always, bro. You just making it happen. We appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
Good job, Jackson.
And look, man, I'm Tank Perry, and I'm just signing off. Listen, I love Lincoln. I love the community. I'm going to keep thriving in this community and trying to make sure that football gets better and better and better. And, you know, that's really the most important part for me in my life, is watching the youth grow. And I think football has lots of lessons for everybody. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
We still got one more segment.
We got one more segment?
One more after this.
Well, oh, okay.
We're good.
Yeah,
good. We'll come back for a quick one.
Away from break.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back. I thought we were done.
No, you're good.
We still have a little bit more?
Yeah, we'll have a quick one.
Okay, be quick. All right, we're going to break.
For a little bit, too.
All right, so scratch that part, that sappy part. And we're going to come back and talk about 707 real quick. All right, that's it for now. This segment's over.
Bye-bye.
Spring has arrived. The temperatures are rising, and it's time to get your equipment ready for the season. Landmark Implement has high-quality used John Deere planters, sprayers, and tractors, priced to move and ready to work for you. Take advantage of unbeatable deals and flexible financing to upgrade your operation without stretching your budget. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or browse our full inventory online at landmarkimp.com. Before these deals are done, experience the Landmark difference.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus. Garage doors and more.
Muchachos has been serving Lincoln delicious pork, brisket, and chicken tacos for several years now, as well as Hatch Mac nachos and more. Muchachos also brings you close to the taste buds of your favorite local college athletes with NIL deals like the B3 burrito for Bella Bacon of Nebraska softball and many more. See a variety of different NIL options at Muchachos at 11th and K or order online at yomuchacho.com. Open 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete in Lincoln. With 3 plants across the city, there are plenty of opportunities to start or grow your driving career. They offer great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Since 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with ready-mixed concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's nebcoinc.com.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Back to Youth Football 101 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, what's going on? I'm your man, Tank Perry. We are here live at the studio streaming all things Youth Football 101. We are at the segment that we're talking about the off-season type of training, right? Like 707 is something that's near and dear to my heart, especially being from Texas, and that started about the same time that California passed it off in 2006, 2007, and it is just an amazing off-season training opportunity, and we were fortunate enough, don't misunderstand me, I did not bring 707 per se to Nebraska. Warren Academy was already in the mix, taking these talented young men, as I understand, out Southwest to play with some of the best players in the nation or against. And then Nebraska Elite also was doing the same thing, right? Bringing some really great talent out Southwest. When I came on the scene 5 years ago and established the Nebraska Red Wolves here in Lincoln, which was the first 707 team, ages 9 all the way through high school, 150 kids a year. we were traveling as well, and I got to really look at my parents, right? And I began to think how tired they are every other weekend traveling this type of journey and at this pace. And I got the wild idea of, hey, what if we developed the landscape of Lincoln, Nebraska, right? 4 7-on-7, so more kids all over the place could get reps. And then I thought about, what happens if we really look at Nebraska as a whole to be able to develop those positions of quarterback, receivers, tight ends, middle linebackers, DBs, and of safeties, of course. And from there, I got some amazing coaches. My son, Rob Perry, got involved as well, and we developed Nebraska 7-on-7 football and kind of proclaimed ourselves the authority for tournaments. And it was a success. I mean, it is. And what I tried to make sure that people understood is everybody's jumping at that time in particular. Everybody was jumping over Nebraska to go down south to play 7-on-7, right? Or jumping over Nebraska to try to go into the Chicago area to play 7-on-7, right? But if you look at the geographic location and proximity of Nebraska, and you look at the surrounding states being Wyoming, over to South Dakota, moving over as far as Illinois, but not as much, jumping down there to Missouri, Iowa, Kansas as a whole. What if everybody could travel 300-400 miles to be at a really good tournament in a really nice space? And I thought Nebraska was the perfect landscape to do those things. And so called a ton of coaches, talked to a lot of folks, talked about what I was doing. They really liked the idea, and Nebraska 7-on-7 was born. And now we're at the point where, today we're doing a tournament called the Alliance. I can't remember the name of it, but the Alliance tournament that we're helping the Alliance Sports Academy do. And it's a one-day tournament, and there's 60 teams. We're going to be out there till 9, 10 o'clock tonight, right? It takes a ton of reffing. It takes a ton of organization. And we're really strict in our tournaments as far as the behavior of our young men. That Midwestern charisma, I think, is super important that the Midwest brings, and hospitality as a whole. And so the teams are crazy. I mean, we have teams from Colorado, we have teams from Iowa, we have teams from Missouri, as far as St. Louis, which is really exciting. We've got, I don't know if we have a Colorado team. I wish Robert was with me today. But we have teams from all over. The only state that we actually haven't hosted in the last 3 years is Wyoming. So we haven't had a team yet from Wyoming, but I'm still hopeful and looking for a connect in there. So what does that do for Lincoln, and what does that do for the whole of Nebraska? It makes us better, and it helps our kids to get better. I'm telling you, Lincoln youth football this year is going to be on fire with quarterback play, because we've got new teams that are coming out from Lincoln that kids are young men and coaches are putting their own teams together. They're not afraid to get in these tournaments as well, and they're mixing it up. And so what I look forward to is seeing what the landscape for Lincoln looks like, because young quarterbacks are learning to read, young receivers are learning to make exceptional catches. I saw a 10-year-old kid today make a one-handed catch between two defenders and still have the presence of mind to go score, right? So that's different than what we've been used to in the past from Lincoln, and now it's happening all over the place. I mean, I have to give plug out to, obviously, Cameron Dale. A lot of you guys know who he is. He just turned 12, probably one of the most prolific quarterbacks happening right now. His ability to read and feather and play. He just got back from Chicago, just tearing it up with FBU with the 8th graders, and he's in 6th grade, and they put him with the 8th graders. And so, and not only him, I know that there's Colton Oling. Look for him. He's just a really big kid, just turned 11. I look forward to him doing some really magical things. Some kids from the high school this year that are with us, they are just getting it done. And so you can begin to see the difference at the high school level with the receivers now with Mike Lamano, Tommy Armstrong, people like that, training quarterbacks here locally. I look forward to Lincoln just really slowly getting on the map, but consistently where you see bigger offers for college, where these kids have been playing for 5, 6, 7 years. So what does 7-on-7 really do, guys? Because like I said, I don't care what you see on TV and YouTube. I don't see at this point in time, I won't be the person that says 707 is a sport, right? But it's an off-season training, which is really effective and unique. And what does it do? It gives your kid reps in practice that they're not going to get during the season. And then in the tournament, it gives your kids reps that they definitely won't see. So between the practices that happen, whether your team practices 1 time a week or 2 times a week or whatever, and between the tournament, which is really the tournament cycle for the Midwest right now, even though we do some in early February, we might travel down to Oklahoma, Warren Academy and Nebraska League, go south, but eventually everybody comes back in April through May. You see this explosion on the landscape of just people getting working. I mean, most tournaments are either a 3GG or a 4GG now, which is a game guarantee. So you enter in these tournaments, which are not expensive in the Midwest, which I love that. I'm keeping the tournaments really low budget, low price, so kids and teams will want to be involved. But when you look at it, they're getting 3 games guaranteed in pool play, and then they're getting winner go home in bracket play. So at the end of the day, a kid can play as many as 3 or 4 games, or they can play 7 or 8 games into the championship. I'm not really into who wins or who doesn't win. I tell my coaches that all the time. I tell my parents that. But I am interested in that kid that had 2 left feet, 10 left thumbs, and all of a sudden now they are catching the ball. Footwork is really good. Understanding the route tree, which is how to run routes successfully. Understanding what side you play on as a DB with a kid coming off the line. And kids all of a sudden have an opportunity that they are playing at such a high level at the time they get to the high school. And that's one of the real concerns is how can I help on a grassroots level? How can I help coaches get better kids? Because I do talk to some of the coaches more now since we've been doing this for a few years. And a lot of their concern is how do I get kids that have more experience than they normally have had in the past? Because they're getting kids, 60, 70% of their kids that have never played football, right? Played basketball, played other sports, and now those days are over. And as freshmen and sophomore, they're on the sideline. But you have only 22 kids or 20 kids that have a lot of experience. So how can we change that? And I think at Paramount Sports Academy or Paramount Football Academy, what we're trying to do is get kids trained. We're offering weightlifting between 12 and 14 years of age because we don't have a junior high program. And that's really key to understand, which is why I call it Paramount. It's key to understand that your kids, most of the kids you're not getting weight training and football knowledge between the ages of 12 and 14 other than 8 weeks, right, for Lincoln Youth football, which the coaches are really hustling to kind of coagulate and get some semblance of a football program going. Now they get to high school, and a lot of the other kids that join them just haven't had it. So the weightlifting is not there. Now, obviously, there are some parents that have the ability to get their kids trained for weightlifting, that have their chance, but the entire landscape, the larger percentage is not. And so what Paramount Football Academy on 3200 North 23rd Street indoor facility, what that's all about is how can we get these kids to understand football better? How can we get these kids lifting? So we have these programs. I think it's for $10 or $15 a month. Kid can come in on Tuesday and Thursday of every week. Eventually, they'll be able to come in anytime once we get a bunch of kids trained where they can come in and lift. But now they're lifting in a football kind of capacity. It's not a fancy gym. It is more of like, hey, you're here to jump on the platform and squat, to hang clean. You're here to bench and kind of go from there. So the facility is coming along. A lot of parents have volunteered their time and their labor to help it to be a nice place. It's nonprofit at this point in time. And so it's a facility that really helps. And so at the end of the day, whether you bring them to that facility or you take it somewhere else, you have to understand what Lincoln's missing. And that is your children having really in-depth football repetitions and knowledge of the game before going to 9th grade. And then the second thing is making sure that they're bigger, stronger, faster. So they have to be in programs that help them to be more competitive before 9th grade. It's not good enough anymore for Lincoln for you to just wait for your kid to get to 9th grade to play football. It's not a good deal. You want to make sure that they have the knowledge, that they have better speed for themselves, that they know how to lift weights, and that they're bigger kids, that they're eating right for their body type. And so if you do that, that's where it goes. And that's where Paramount Football Training, and that's what Tank Perry is all about for the entire community. I'm not specific to anybody. I'm neutral because I think that we all need it. We want better quality when our coaches are being able to take our kids to Omaha for to compete at the state level. So that's it for me in this hour. Thank you for letting me come into your homes and share this information with you. You're always welcome to call me. My number's everywhere, but just in case you need it, it's 402-310-3589. And love to talk shop about football. Love to invite you down to the facility. Love to get your kid on some type of off training. We do lineman training. We do linebacker training. We do tight end training, DB training. So we're getting it all in. We do some speed work as well. Plus there's some good speed guys around the city as well to help with that. But let's continue building football for Lincoln to get better at the state level and make sure that it's filtering up in the next 3 or 4 years at the high school level. And that's where it starts, in that 12 to 14-year range, because we don't have junior high here other than the private schools. But at the same time, we want them to be involved as well. Matter of fact, I saw a Waverly team that's up in Omaha today. So that was encouraging. There's like 2 teams from programs from Lincoln that are up there too. So, hey, this is Tank Perry signing off. I appreciate everything you guys do. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you guys next Saturday. We'll have another tournament going, but I'll be here on the hour as well, and Jim will be back here with me.
Have
Jackson,
a good night.
thank you, man. Hey, Jim, thanks so much, buddy.
Sure thing. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
This week.
All right, bye.